Catholic feminists must be stopped. Today we will have a good look at one of them. You may have heard of her. Her name is Lila Rose. Lila Rose is a Catholic podcaster who came into the scene as a pro-life evangelical. She did great things in that space, but that's not the topic today. She has recently said that the ideal marriage is when both the man and woman work from home.
This idea of man provider, mom stays at home is very modern. It's very recent. And quite frankly, I would argue it can be. This is one of the points I'm most passionate.
This is her playing both sides. She LARPs as a trad wife, yet works full-time away from her kids when she travels for work and does public debates. What she is selling is a new path for women who still want to be independent from their husbands, but receive the validation as a conservative girl. We see similar responses from another Catholic podcaster, Candace Owens. Candace, whose real name is Candace Farmer, but she prefers to go by her maiden name, has recently published a book called Make Him a Sandwich. This along with her recent debate in Jubilees 20 verse 1.
Tell me how the women who are working and getting educated, why are they faring off better in all of these?
I am telling you that I do not believe they are faring off better in all these measures.
Because of what?
I am telling you that we are looking at totally opposite statistics. So you're sitting here telling me that the statistics show that women who are working are producing better children. But I'm saying that women that grow up in a two-family home where the mother stays at home are faring off better than the children who are being raised in an environment
where the women are working?
Where both of the parents are
why don't
working
you
away
stay
from the
home?
home. I do get to work from home.
No, but
that's the irony.
I've watched your show. You talk about all the nannies you hire, and it's so hard to find a good nanny.
I never talked about all of the nannies I hire.
Yeah, you have.
I spoke about how difficult it was to find a babysitter who knew how to cook a meal, and that's because
you don't need a babysitter. You could retire right
now. You have to let people respond to you when they're speaking.
You don't want to
respond to you when
no, you don't want to. You want to be working, which is great.
You're telling me what I want now, and then accusing me of telling you.
Wait, you don't want to work?
Can you just let me finish? Because you've said so many words that what you're trying to do here, like your argument style, is I'm going to say so much and not let her get a word in, and then walk away and feel like.
In this debate, her opponents rightfully call out the fact that she lives her life just like any feminist woman would. Candace replies with how she happens to be an exception. This is the case with many of the conservative women in the Catholic space, who appear to sell a path for women to go back to their roots while being an exception and excusing it. They also tell women that they could be an exception too, as long as they know the dangers of toxic femininity. Back to Lila Rose. She is rightly praised for work against Planned Parenthood, but she still holds support for the feminists in the 19th century like Susan B. Anthony, a radical feminist who paved the way for the women's ability to vote, which helped aid the division in the household. Like being able to hold a different view from your husband is a good thing. And how does Lila advocate for stay-at-home moms when one would be a poor voter? Imagine a truly submissive, God-fearing woman. Would she care or have the time to research the political and economic issues in her state or country? Of course not. One cannot pick their favorite stage of feminism and exclude the rest. Each stage of feminism is a logical conclusion to the last one. After all, the point of feminism is the so-called advocacy of women's rights. The case of Lila Rose becomes more interesting when you find out that she is a vehement supporter of the secular state of Israel. You know, the one that is currently mass murdering babies that she supposedly advocates for. She excuses her behavior by blaming all the issues on Hamas, when it was the Palestinians who voted for Hamas in response to Israel's occupation and rapid conquest of Palestine. I guess murdering children with famines and shooting them when they walk miles to get food for their families is not bad enough to mention in her career to protect babies. I mention this to showcase the immature mind of a Catholic feminist. Giving birth reduces gray matter in the brain, so I don't blame them for being ill-prepared for the political world, but this is what they call for. The biggest disappointments in these scenarios are the husbands who allow this to happen. I guess they are fine when their wives fly out to debate grown men who insult their wife on screen in front of millions of people. This has gone too far, and this is why we should abolish the Catholic feminist movement. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below.